Oh, hopefully we're live. Hey guys,
Hi.
how you doing?
Hi.
Hey Paolo, what's going on?
Oh, well, so many interesting Eurovision things have happened since Friday, actually.
Well, Barcelona Eurovision party happened since Friday, and you
Yes.
were there with Tommy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call him out because Tommy was meant to be here tonight, but he can't make it. And we're going to rip it out of him today, guys. But hello to everyone in the live chat. We've got Alexander Eid. You can't join us live, but you're going to watch us on replay and enjoy your
Like
film.
Tanta.
What are you watching at the cinema? We'd love to know. Horror movie. It's my favourite genre. We've got Morton V. You're saying you really like the running order. Nice balance as always. We're going to be going through that shortly. We've got Rye Bailey. Hello to you. We've got Francesca Sant'Ambrogio. Hey, interesting running order. 2 bops opening each semi-final. We're going to be talking about the openers.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Justin all the way from Australia. Hey, Justin. Thank you for joining us. We've got Sarah O'Halloran, you think the running order is a huge surprise. Why is it a huge surprise? We'd love to know, because lots of Euro fans predict the running order, what they think is going to open and close, especially.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there are some surprises from that. But for those of you that haven't seen the news, let's bring up the running order. So in the first semi-final, we have Albania opening, followed by Latvia, Lithuania, Switzerland, Slovenia, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Netherlands, and Moldova. And then in the second half, we have Portugal, Croatia, Denmark, Austria, Iceland, Greece, Norway, with Armenia closing the first show. Then in the second semi-final, we have Finland opening, the Rasmus, followed by Israel, Serbia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Malta, San Marino, Australia, and Cyprus. Then in the second half, we have Ireland, North Macedonia, Estonia, Romania, Poland, Montenegro, Belgium, Sweden, and We Are Domi from the Czech Republic are going to be closing the second semi-final. So, guys in the live chat, let us know what you think of the running order. I'm going to go to these guys here and first of all talk about the openers of the show. So, obviously, we have Albania, Ronella Hayati opening the first semi-final with Secret, and it is a bit of an ethnic bop. Then we have the Rasmus opening the second semi-final with Jezebel.
Jezebel.
Your guys' thoughts. Now, Paolo, you always try and predict the running orders of the semis. I want to know, did you get the openers?
I got one. I actually got Finland correct. I called the Rasmus opening semi-final too, because I thought, like, the Rasmus is very well known across the world with some of their songs. So I thought opening with someone that everyone is, or most people will be familiar with, was a good tactic on the EBU's part and the producer's part. So I think that was quite a good choice. Albania, it was either Albania. I put Ukraine as an opener, but my second choice would have been Albania because this is, bearing in mind, this has to be the first song that's opening up the entire show. It has to make a big impact to set the tone for the rest of the show. So I think either Albania and Ukraine would have been a great choice, but I'm glad they went with Albania. It's been the first bop that they have sent in God knows how long. So I thought very good, a very good opening to the whole competition. Mm-hmm. And I think Ronella's a great performer, a confident performer. She can definitely open up the show, the whole competition with a bang.
Yeah, Clara, we need to remember that the Eurovision typically uses the opening slot in the semi-finals to draw the audience in and make them think, actually, this is a show that I want to watch because of the quality. So I think being drawn as an opener is a bit of a nod, actually, to your song and your performance and your potential placement in the semi-final. So Albania should be quite happy with opening the semi-finals this year.
Yes, and I saw her perform in Barcelona, and she's amazing. So she filled the whole Teatro Apollo, the whole Sala Apollo, all by herself. She was alone on stage, so I can't imagine anyone better to get the party started than her. I think it's a fantastic choice. Also, we saw that the Rasmus opening UMK played really hugely in their favor. Even if maybe their live was not the best of the night, but having a name, having a song that everyone can get behind, and having this big fan base that they have, I think it's a really good choice from the Eurovision team.
Yeah, I'm just having a look in some of the comments. We've got Mutez, hello to you. Albania opening is good. Sarah Joan Potter, hello to you. We've got Albania makes sense, but you'd probably have picked Ukraine personally. I'm gonna ask you what you guys think about that shortly. We've got Smoody, hello to you. Albania is an iconic opener. Finland shaky with the vocals to open with that, but I think it is basically because they are such a big name. I think lots of people will be tuning in to watch the Rasmus perform at Eurovision. So, you know, for me, Finland is a good opener in the second semi-final. Now, we have got some people saying, you know, Ukraine would have been a good opener. For me, that maybe would have been a little too obvious.
Yes, I agree with that statement very, very much.
With everything that's going on, I mean, we're so freaking happy that Ukraine is still going to be in the show, whether they're there in Turin. Obviously, we had the news in the past couple of weeks that they will take part, whether it's live in Turin or with a live on tape performance, which is fantastic news. Jose Santos, hello to you. You're saying you would choose Ukraine to open the semi-final, and you think there'll be some kind of mention to the situation. And the presenters could say some soft words and make a soft bridge to Ukraine. I still think there will be something, Clara.
Yeah, there's an article that Eurovoxx posted that's written by Jessica about how Martin Oostendal is handling the whole Russian situation and how has Eurovision handled the whole political situation in every edition that something political has happened. And they have a very discreet nod and with like performances during the interval acts that addresses through art and music and dance those kind of issues. So that is how I would see the political nod happening.
Well, I mean, there was a big political nod by excluding Russia from this
Yes,
year as well.
Obviously.
It'll be nice to see how they do address the situation, the invasion of Ukraine in the show. I'm just going to do some shout outs. We've got Euroboy4. Hello to you. Thank you for joining. Justin Hall also agrees Albania kicking off semi-final 1 is the best choice. We've got Aoife D. Hello to you. We've got Amch. We've got Yusuf. You think Armenia is a random close? We're going to be talking about them next. And yes, I can't even do it. Britistrava. Hey, Serb, how you doing? Amch, you hope that Belgium is going to qualify. It's been a grower on me this week, actually. Jose Santos, we've missed you too. Where the hell have you been?
Working hard, I guess.
We've got Lorik, hey, from Kosovo. I'm going to shout out Kosovo because I have been there, had a lovely, beautiful time in Pristina. Can't wait to go back. Beautiful, beautiful country. And I met some great people there. Maybe I met you, Lorik. I don't know. Let us know in the comments. We've got RJ, who I think is from the Netherlands. We've got, hey, Susie Sager, who I know is over in the States. You can't wait to see the first semi-final live in Oslo. Oh, you're watching it from... Sorry, I thought you got really confused there for a second. You're going to be watching it from Oslo. Yeah, we can't wait. Just happy that Eurovision is back for another year. We've got Murtez, you're from Albania as well. We've got Denny Broren. Hey to you, Denny. We've got Michael Forbes. Hello to you. Aidan Harley Moran. Wow, we've got loads of you in the live. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We've got lots of interviews from Barcelona this weekend. We've got the pre-parties coming up, lots more Eurovision content. So we'd love you to join us on our journey to Turin. It's not far away now. So we've got to talk openers. I've already forgotten who's closing one of them. I'm going to bring up my picture again. I know we've got Armenia who are closing the first show, and then we are Domi from the Czech Republic closing the second semi-final. So I saw a comment from Yusuf saying it's a bit of a random closer in Armenia. What do you guys think?
I kind of agree. Like when I was listening to the running order, because when I first saw the running order for the first time, I was hearing it through the YouTube channel. So when Armenia ended up being the last spot, it was a choice. It was an interesting choice. I do wonder what the thought process behind putting Armenia last, because for me, I wouldn't have put it there. I think for me, I would have put Norway instead, because I think it would have ended the show in a bang, in a laugh, with a bit of fun. So yeah, it's interesting that they put Armenia after Norway and closing the show. So I'm curious on what Armenia is planning to do in terms of staging wise, which got them the closing position. I'm very curious. It's a really curious position, but it's great for them. That's a great spot to be in. Like traditionally, you rarely see non-qualifiers come from the last position. There's only been twice in the past 5 years, Triana Park and the Danish guys from last year. I can't remember their name. There you go, Fyre. Your boys. Yeah, those are the only two that come up on the top of my mind. So I think that's a really good spot for Armenia. So very well done to them.
And in terms of We Are Domi closing, Clara, what are your thoughts?
I'm not sure. So far, I haven't seen a good live performance from them, apart from the national final, because she still had sound problems in Barcelona, so the live was not the best. But hopefully, during the second semi-final, everything goes smooth because the song is good. I'm just not sure if it's going to be good enough because it's preceded by Sweden, and Sweden is going to be amazing, and her vocals, her live, her the emotions she put in the song are hugely different to what the Czech Republic is bringing. So I'm not sure if that's going to play in their favor or not.
I mean, it'll be a nice contrast from Sweden, I guess.
But wouldn't you still be thinking about Sweden and how personal the lyrics are and how her emotion grabbed you? I would have kept my mind still thinking on that song.
Yeah,
but that's personally maybe me.
No,
I do think Czech Republic is an odd close, and maybe they want to go out with kind of one of the most thumping songs of the night because it is this banging dance track. I just imagined it to be buried in amongst some other songs, if I'm honest. So I don't know whether they've done it to try and elevate the Czechs' chances this year. I mean, no one's going to want to follow Sweden, I don't think, because it is going to be such an impactful song and an impactful performance. So interesting choice. I think that's one of the surprises for me. Just talking about Armenia, love this. Ninturd, you're saying Armenia's closing because like Thanos, it all ends after a snap. Yes. Guys, would love to know as well what you think of Armenia's song this year. Amt, you're saying you think Armenia has big staging potentially. Well, are we going to see the house going up in the sky like in the music video? Who knows? But normally, I think if a country has really big staging plans, they would tend to go after a commercial break, so that they have time to set up the stage. Emily Freeman, hello to you. You're so happy. You think Rosa Snap is amazing, really uplifting. An uplifting closer. You think if Sweden closed, people would have said bias. Snap will get people clapping. It is a real clap along song. It's got one of my favorite rhythms this year. Just kind of the tempo and the rhythm of the song. Really, really love it. Euroboy 4, you're saying We Are Domi singing last in the semi will help them go through. Okay, so you're kind of along my lines. I'm going to go to Susie Sager because she's talking about a song that I thought potentially might close the semi-final. Can any of you guess what it is?
For what semi-final?
For San Marino?
Semi-final 2.
Oh, sorry, semi-final 2. Yes, San Marino?
No, because they're first half.
Is it Romania?
No.
Ireland.
It was this one, Subwoofer.
That's
in semi-final 1.
That first semi-final, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, okay. But I'm surprised I had that down as a potential closer.
Same.
But they're performing second from last, I think, in the first semi-final. Any other? I've seen someone, Adrian, you want to know what do we think about Poland's running order? To be perfectly honest with you, Adrian, I really don't think it matters because I think Poland will be going through whatever position they're drawn in.
14,
But drawn in 14th in the second semi-final. I don't think it's a bad spot at all. They're following Romania and then followed by Montenegro. I think people might be saying that they're two songs that potentially will be on the fence in terms of qualification. So I think it's a really good spot for Poland.
Yeah.
Guys, any other thoughts?
I think it's a great spot for Poland. Like I couldn't imagine maybe any better spot for Poland because it's following Romania with the dancey Yamame, Hola mi pepe. So it's a different, complete different mood. Yes, Montenegro has a ballad, but it's also a different kind of ballad, and it's sung by a woman, and the emotions they bring are different. So I think Poland has it super easy this year to qualify, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I was listening back to the running order video, and it does transition very nicely between those three songs, and it does allow Poland to stand out a bit in its own right, because there's the contrast of Romania of being so upbeat, being with Yamame, and then Montenegro being a different type of ballad. Would you say it's a Balkan ballad? It is kind of a Balkan ballad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a different flavor of a ballad.
Yamame.
No, Montenegro.
Montenegro.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I was half reading comments, half listening to what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like Poland. It stands. I think it just stands out within that, and those between those three songs, and I think it is sailing through. I can't see it not sailing through.
Hello to Lee Fern as well. You're saying Poland is a definite qualifier no matter what their draw would have been. I'm completely with you on that. Francesca as well, you think Poland has a good spot. I mean, when we're looking at running orders, we're not only looking at which actual position they're performing in, but we're also looking at what songs they're surrounded by. And we know that producers pull together a running order that they think will flow very well through the show. So they're not looking to have loads of ballads together. They're not looking at having loads of bops together. They want some diversity throughout the show. So yeah, I mean, maybe running order is maybe more critical when we get to the final. And someone had a really good comment regarding Subwoofer, and I can't find it now, but they were saying that they think maybe Subwoofer they're going to put last when it comes to the final, because I think we're all
quite sure
Subwoofer will be going through to the final. That's a really good point. Whoever made it, I'm so sorry that I can't find your comment now. Delta Who, you want to know where were Australia in the running order? So Australia have been drawn 8th in the second semi-final after Achille Lauro, which is going to be a very, very visual performance and maybe quite shocking for some people, and then followed by Cyprus, which is a more, I don't know if I would call Cyprus a bop, but it's a more dancey number. Do you think Australia is another one of these songs in kind of the Poland group that it doesn't really matter where they would be drawn?
I don't personally. Australia has become the song I skip on the playlist, unfortunately. But I think it's actually plays really good because, again, it comes from Achille Lauro's rock performance. The visuals that Australia brought to their national final was really good. For me, I really liked the visuals. So I think the visuals are going to elevate the song. And then it's followed by a sort of dance number that I expect from Cyprus. So I think it has made their chances higher.
And Christina, you're correct to me, of course. Actually, if the final spot can't be reserved for Subwoofer, because they would have to draw in the second half of the final if they were to get through. But maybe they have some different options. Maybe Subwoofer would be one of them. And we've got Lil Catherine. Hello to you, saying Subwoofer would be a great final close if they draw second half again. Yeah, guys, if you are new to the channel as well, please do subscribe. We've got so much coming up before Turin, which is only is it like 5 weeks away? 5?
Yeah, it's coming very soon, really soon.
That's insanely scary. I mean, just the fact how old I am now compared to when I started doing Eurovoxx on YouTube is, yeah. I'm just going to read out some more comments. We've got Vladimir from Skopje. Hello
Hi.
to you. Would love to know what you think of your song by Andrea this year, Vladimir. Question from Ninturd. Do we think a song we earlier expected to qualify is now less likely to? So to help the guys and myself, I'm going to bring up the list.
Yeah, maybe Latvia.
Yeah, Latvia was a country that I thought came to mind. And I guess also Israel, potentially.
But
Israel
then
have been on the fence on, but
Mhm.
seeing that they were drawn second, like that's an interesting draw. As well as with Latvia also being drawn second. That's an interesting one, because both of them were on the cusp for me of qualifying. Now that they're so early in the running order and just after the opener, not entirely sure on their chances.
Yeah, but then I think again, didn't Albania perform second in one of the semifinals last year, and they qualified?
I think
Albania
they're in the final.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not unheard of qualifying from the second position.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
the
can't
thing.
remember
The curse is on the actual final.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Exactly. Yeah, and also, isn't it traditional for like the slower-ish songs to be in second position? And both of them are really, really upbeat numbers. So again, it's very interesting choices this year in terms of the running order. Well, at least in the specific numbers in the running order, at least, for sure. Are there any others that?
Do you want to bring up the picture again?
I'm
going to say I think Belgium's got a good spot this year, and I think maybe I haven't been given Belgium enough attention in terms of the song. It's been a grower on me. Belgium, there's years when we thought that Belgium weren't going to do as well as they did. I don't think many people had Hooverphonic down as a qualifier last year. Belgium are always full of surprises. I think they've got a good spot. I think there's good contrast between Belgium and Sweden, who are following them. So yeah, I think Belgium has maybe got a better chance in this running order. In terms of who won't qualify, I would still like to think Latvia.
Yes.
Lithuania as well, I also don't think have been given a great spot this year. For me, you'd want Monica's song to come on a bit later because I think it is going to grab people's attention. We saw from Barcelona that she's an amazing vocalist and performer. For me, it's too early. I think you want something really sensual like that, and I think you want that a bit later on in the first half. Will it harm her chances?
Personally, I don't think so. I think she's really good, and that song is a grower for everyone, and her charisma, her voice, she really hypnotizes you and like really draws the whole audience in. And we saw it in Barcelona. So, and she was alone on stage, and the visuals were very minimal. So I don't think she has a problem. She will have a problem qualifying.
I agree, Clara. I think it's despite it being third, I think it's fine because I think she's just a confident performer, and the song is memorable enough, and the performance is memorable enough. Ooh, S10.
Yeah, so we already said that we're not going to talk about S10 tonight. Only joking. Tack on. Of course, we're going to talk about her. For me, again, S10, the Netherlands. They could perform from outside the venue and they would still qualify with this song. It's such class. I don't think we worry about their running order draw. I'm just going to have a look and see who they're. I mean, they're following Bulgaria and they're followed by Moldova. So real contrast, and it's going to stand the hell out, which I think will be great.
Do you know what I've noticed this year? That the Big Five has really good songs because I'm struggling to like figure out who will qualify in semi too because there are more weaker songs than I thought. So
yeah, can you just say what you said again? Sorry.
Who
has good songs?
The Big Five.
Okay, which countries are they? Sorry.
England, so the United Kingdom, Spain.
Sorry, just say it again. I can hear it again. Sorry. Who has a good song?
The UK and Spain and Italy and France, and except Germany. Sorry.
Did you hear what she said, Paolo?
Yeah. The UK.
But like, literally, I have never been faced with this dilemma when trying to make a list of who I'm totally sure will qualify from semi 1 and normally semi 2. And normally I do this list like super fast, but because there's a lot of good songs in the Big Five, unexpectedly, I'm having myself to go through some trouble now.
And Sarah Joan Potter, you are my person of the day because I freaking love Moldova, and I will be.
Yes.
Moldova is my Denmark of last year. I would love Moldova to go through to the final because it just makes me so happy. What are you showing us, Clara?
I'm trying to show you my list, and I have Moldova's qualifying, but I'm not sure if you
I
can
love
see
you,
it.
I love you, I love you. I think people are sleeping on Moldova a little bit. I think it's going to do a lot better than people think. I think they're going to make people feel happy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be like a party on stage. For me, it's a bit of an addictive song. Ninja saying I got all the way now.
It's an earworm. It's such an earworm. I can't get the tune out of my head. Well, yeah, that stuff. I'm not going to get it out of my head the rest of the day.
Let's go folklore and rock and roll. And I love their accent.
Quirky and fun. We've got H-Ep. You're saying Malta will shock qualify pure class in a bop-centered semi.
Interesting.
You saw Emma perform live. You met her this weekend.
Yes, she's lovely. She's really good. The thing is, she's in between Georgia and San Marino, and I need to see her staging to make a final call on that one, because those two, it's really hard to perform in between those two. Let's be honest.
100%. Like Malta's very saccharine, sweet, camp rock, High School Musical sort of style, and then right afterwards it's the sexy raunchiness of San Marino. So that is it's a complete contrast of what Malta is, and right before that is Georgia, the
which I also love.
Yeah, I like the song. I actually do quite like the song. It's very avant-garde. I quite like it. It's very out of the box.
And we haven't seen a music video, so maybe the music video was going to give us a clue as to what the staging would look like. But obviously, they've held back on the video because of the war, the invasion of Ukraine. So they've said they're not going to release their colourful music video, and I love them for that as well. But yeah, another addictive song. I love this. Susie Sagan, Moldova has grown on you like an expensive fungus. Yes. Love it, love it, love it. By Yannick, you want to know what do we expect from Germany? And you've got a sad face.
More than 0 points. That's what I expect.
I'm predicting 0 points this year. So no 0 points on the final scoreboard of the night.
Yeah, none this year, please, Europe. None this year. Not this year.
It's not the year for 0 points.
No.
Germany's a nice song, but I'll be completely honest, it's not one that I'm really listening to that much. So I think it will do better than last place. I could see it maybe being a bit of a surprise, like Michael Schulte was. I mean, that he came fourth, and that was a big shock to people. It will rely on the staging. I think he drastically needs to look at the staging to kind of enhance his performance, elevate the performance, to hopefully get a better starting position. But it's not going to be Germany's winning year this year. But it's not a bad song.
I actually like it on the playlist. I don't skip that one.
Yeah, I like the song. I do quite like the song as well. As you said, it all depends on the staging on the night, because it's a good song. It's not the most memorable song. He really does have to have the staging that can really convey the emotions of the song in order for that to work. Otherwise, it might not go according to plan. But hopefully they'll get their first televote point since 2018. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, Germany.
Now, Vanya Ljubic, you want to know what are Serbia's chances of qualifying? 100% for me personally. It's going to grab people's attention. People are going to talk about it. From what I can remember, they're performing 6th in their semi-final. Have I got that right, pal?
No, third.
Third
after Israel and before Azerbaijan. So I think it's not such a short qualifier, because people might not understand first the meaning of the song and the performance. If they go with the one from their national final, people are going to be a little bit shocked. And, at that time, you don't want to sit and understand what's going on. You just want to be entertained most of the times. So you have a very entertaining performance from Israel, and then you have Azerbaijan. So yeah, I'm not quite sure.
I got it wrong. I thought they were later. So I don't think it's a great spot for Serbia, but I still think they will go through.
I predict it might be in the borderline qualifying bit, because I don't know if the juries will vote, but I think the televote will remember this and vote for it. Because remember, it's a 50-50 vote. So I think if there was any points to give it to be giving it to them, it would be the televote. So possibly the televote might squeak them in. I'm not worried about Serbia performing third, to be honest, and because they have performed third before 2018 in the semi-final and they qualified. So it is possible that they can qualify still. I think they can. It's going to be a memorable performance. We know that from the national final.
Yeah, it's let's have a look. We've got some mixed comments on this. Francesca, you're saying Serbia is third in semi-final one. It's not a good spot for them. Orla, you're saying you hope. Are you the only one that can see Serbia not qualifying? Okay. Aris, you're saying Serbia is a grower, and I love a grower. You're worried about those that will see it for the very first time. They may take it as a joke entry. Lee Ferner, you think Serbia will definitely qualify. I think it stands out and is very unique. Francesca, you're agreeing with Clara on Serbia. And Sarah, Sarah Joan Potter, you're saying Serbia should have been swapped with Malta in the running order. Actually, yeah, that would have been good.
I don't know, because if you swap Malta with Serbia, you're going to have Georgia, then Serbia, then San Marino. That will be an interesting group of songs to have back to back.
Azerbaijan, not San Marino.
No, seventh.
Really?
San Marino 7th will be after.
If you swap Malta with Serbia.
Yeah, so that will be a very interesting set of songs if Serbia was wedged between Georgia and San Marino.
Yeah, Vornet, you think Serbia's going to be borderline as well? Some of these comments are surprising. But Motherload, do you think Serbia might win the televotes in their semi? And Ninturd, you're saying you can see both Serbia and Poland not
Poland,
qualifying.
I don't see Poland as a non-qualifier. Like thunder should fall on the stage, or light should fall on the stage for that to happen. I think Poland is really qualifying for sure.
Yeah, and Lil Catherine, you see Serbia going either way, but you'll be happy if she goes through, but not upset if she doesn't. Someone's asking for your ESA wants to know who your 10 qualifies. Did you complete your lists?
I have my semi 1 completed, the 10, and okay, so my semi 1 is Norway, in no particular order. Norway, Ukraine, Netherlands, Albania, Greece, Lithuania, Latvia, Portugal, Armenia, and Moldova. And my semi 2, I have 7: Sweden, Romania, San Marino, Finland, Israel, Cyprus, and Poland, because I think those are the obvious ones, and I need to figure out what the 3 other spots are.
Okay, Bruno, we did talk about Czech Republic closing earlier. For me, it's a surprise closer, but I think it will do them well. I think it will increase their chances in the semi-final. Chris, you're saying a few people have suggested Poland might not qualify today. I think we've all unanimously said here that we don't see that happening. And Sarah Joan Potter, you're saying your only definite NQs for semi-2 are North Macedonia, Montenegro, Malta, and Israel. Well, Clara, you watched Vladana perform in Barcelona this weekend.
Yes.
And you am I lying, or did you say to me you could see that one qualifying?
I think that's why I didn't write it on my list, because she has an amazing voice. I think she holds back in the recorded track, because wow, that was a blast of pipes in the live in Barcelona. But you know, it's followed by another. It's preceded by another ballad, so I'm not really sure how much that will play on her favor. And she said something along the lines in Barcelona that she would prefer that people would focus on the music and not the staging. So that gives me the impression that it's going to be very minimal staging, or it's going to be her alone. So I'm not sure if that's going to how the staging will affect her whole overall performance or perception of the song.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm worried about, and this should never ever affect how someone does as well, but it is always important, is the choice of outfit as well. So I'm interested to see what, because you got kind of this radical style, and I don't know whether
avant-garde fashion, she called it.
Yeah, but she needs to pick the right the right outfit to wear as well. I don't. If she picks something that people will look at and maybe not warm to, then I think that will hurt her chances. And I hate saying that what someone might wear will hurt their chances, but you know, it
does play a part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does play a part. I think she just needs to keep it simple. Like it's a beautiful ballad. She doesn't need anything flashy. She doesn't need anything flashy or bold or anything like that. Just like keep it simple staging. And because the song, whilst it's not my personal favorite, I can appreciate that it's a beautiful song. It is a beautiful song. So she doesn't need anything, any props or any big lights or a colorful dress. I think just keep it simple and she'll be just fine. Because as you said, Clara, she sounded amazing in live.
Yeah, but it suits the song better. I think if you're coming out with something that looks maybe a bit too crazy, I think it will detract from the song. And the song is beautiful and simple enough that I don't know. But I mean, what do I know? I mean, look at Rona from Rona. Yes, from Albania with Seuss. You know, I mean, I wouldn't look at what she was wearing and think, you know, it looks a bit weird, but she still did an amazing performance. But then she had a very, very, very strong song. So I don't know. We will see with Montenegro. I would love to see them go through because they haven't been in the Eurovision final, I think, since Adio, which was 2015. I think, was it?
Yeah, 2015.
2014, 2015. Someone can let us know in the comments.
Didn't Vanya Radovanovic perform in, or was he not from Montenegro?
Who?
Vanya Radovanovic.
He's from Montenegro, but that was in 2018.
He didn't go through to the final. He didn't qualify.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, guys, there's so many of you here. We love it, but we'd love you to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. We've got so much coming up. And so much that's gone before us as well. So go back and check our videos, but make sure you subscribe to see when we're going live. We love having these conversations with you guys and hearing what you're thinking about what we're talking about and what's going on in Eurovision world. We love to hear your favorites. And guys, keep commenting in the live chat about who you think is going to qualify and who won't. Alioth, yes, you're very, very right. We haven't spoken about Iceland. And this is, she couldn't be with us tonight, but this is one of Jess's favorites this year, and it's such an un-Jess song for me, but I love that she loves this. And I think Iceland is going to be a surprise in the semi-finals. Love the fact that they're singing in Icelandic, and just love the whole vibe of Sister, as we're calling them now, and the whole vibe of the song. And I think it's going to stand out for all the right reasons, and those reasons are for not being crazy and just being a beautiful, very well written, very well performed song. But your thoughts on Iceland, guys? I'm going to have to check while you're talking where they are performing, and they are in 14th. I think that's a good spot.
I think it's a very melancholy song. So putting that directly after Austria, I think was a really good choice because Austria, loud, energetic, fast paced. And then transitioning to Iceland, where it's quite slow, quite melodic, and quite relaxing. I think that's what that part of the show needs. Just a bit of a come down from Denmark and Austria, and then move it to Iceland. I personally I like the song actually. It's quite lovely. It's very, very lovely. And as I said, it's a nice transition from the fast pace to a bit of a slow pace. So I think it's, in terms of the running order, I think it's in a sweet spot.
Yeah, I find it super relaxing, super soothing. I like it very much. I haven't written it down on my semi-final first qualifier, but my list will change when I see the stagings, because that for me is very defining. But I love that they're not trying to be another Daddy Freyr or another Hatari. So I like that authenticity.
Yeah, and you've made a really good point, Clara, that I'm going to pick up on. It's so hard to call out who we think is going to qualify because, as you know, things change so much when we see the rehearsals, when we see the live performances on TV. I'm just going to go to Eurovision Estonia, who you're a little late, but we haven't spoken about Estonia yet. Stefan with Hope. What do we think about Estonia's spot? So I'm going to bring it up so I can check because my memory is bad. After North Macedonia, before Romania. For me, I probably have Estonia down as a qualifier from this semi-final. I don't know what you guys think.
I can see that. I can see qualifying because North Macedonia, I've heard that it's not people's favorite, or it has to still grow, or there has to be some changes made for people to get on board on it. I think Estonia, because it sounds a little bit like Avicii, will get slowly the party started, which will like go up, and then Romania is hola mi bebe. So it's a really good warm up for the whole party. So I think it can play in their favor, but they do need to do something about their staging because it's very bare, the one we saw in Estilaul.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all I'm saying. Topless men in cowboy hats. You'll be saying.
They were not topless in Estilaul, so
no. I think he needs
in Turin. Maybe we can bring.
Are you talking about the Cowboys? Or are you talking about Stefan?
The Cowboys. We all like some Estonian cowboys.
Some topless cowboys with cowboy hats.
All oiled.
Yeah, I think that would probably work in any. I mean, Vladana, she could probably do with some topless cowboys in her performance. Maybe some topless cowboys joining Subwoofer on stage. Who knows? Anyway, just my thoughts, guys. Anyway, Claro.
Clara.
Estonia. Yeah, I think I've put this down as a potential qualifier as well. I agree with you, Clara. They have to change the staging up a bit. For me, I think it's a bit too forward in your face in terms of the whole cowboy theme and showdown sort of thing. That's one thing that just sticks out in my mind. I'm like, that's a bit much. That's a bit like to the point, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think they would have been fine in anywhere in the running order, to be honest with you. I don't think if they were performing early in the second half or late in the second half, I think they would have been fine. It would have stood out its own right because there's no other song that is a country EDM song in this batch of songs, so it would have stood out no matter where it was. If there was, it's interesting you brought up that I did it as a warm up to Romania because I would have initially I would have thought of separating the two songs because they're both dancey numbers. But when you mentioned that this could be a good lead up to Romania, you make a very good point. So that's probably why they did it. So there you go.
It's hard to tell with Estonia as well because I don't think anyone thought that Victor Crone was going to qualify with Storm. I'm sure people were surprised with his qualification. So you never know. We're going to talk about a song that I absolutely love, and it's Nuba Rustamova. Hello to you. You want to know about Azerbaijan? So I'm testing myself now. I think they're fourth in their semi-final, performing fourth. This song is just stunningly beautiful for me. I really like it, guys. I don't know what your thoughts are on the song before we talk about how we think their chances will be.
For me, it's a nice song. It's not my personal favorite song. For me, there's other ballads in this mix which I personally prefer over Azerbaijan. It is a nice song. It's just not my favorite ballads of the year, personally.
I think it's in a really good spot, actually, and I don't think it will have any problem qualifying whatsoever. So
no, I'm really excited to see because I can imagine the staging being really dark because kind of the lyrics in the song are quite deep and quite dark. So we've actually got a lot of that with our ballads this year, haven't we? Really deep and dark meanings songs, and this is another one. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they stage it. I mean, Azerbaijan always puts a lot into their staging, and I can't think of a recent year where they haven't pulled it off. I think the last staging they did that people were not 100% with was Icel in Lisbon with Cross My Heart was the song.
I cross my heart.
But then we had brilliant staging from Chingiz in Tel Aviv. Fantastic staging again with Effendi, with Matahari last year.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see what Azerbaijan is going to bring with a very different type of song this year. But I just can't wait to see their staging. Have you guys picked up on the fact that I really like Azerbaijan's song this year?
Yes, very much.
I couldn't have told.
Andreas Hammer, you're saying Azerbaijan is underrated this year. Sarah Joan Potter, you're not a fan of Azerbaijan this year. That's fast. What I love about Eurovision is that people don't like the same songs that I do. In terms of Eurovoxx, is most of the time.
That is very true.
Takom, you're saying he's stunningly beautiful. Not sure the song is going somewhere though. In terms of
we will just enjoy looking at him. That also plays in your favor.
High notes that I can't wait to hear him belt out on. There's a bit where he just keeps going up and up and up and up and up, and you think he's stopped, and then he goes up a bit higher. I don't know. We're going to see some squats when he's getting those high notes. I'm just so excited. Alioth, you're saying Nadir is the best male vocalist as well. Lee Fern, you don't think it's the best ballad this year. And Christina, you want to know what do you think about Denmark as 12 in semi 1? Let's have a look. Who are they followed by? So Denmark followed by Austria, which is going to blow people out of the water, but they're following Croatia.
And Portugal as well. They're right before Portugal. They're right after Portugal and Croatia. So again, with that, would you say it's a whiplash moment from going from Portugal to Croatia to Denmark? You just go really slow and then slightly bigger, and then bam,
and creeping
Denmark.
up, and then Austria. Well, no, then you get Austria after as well, don't you?
Yeah, it's double whiplash.
Yeah, I like the song for me personally for my playlist, but I don't see this as a Eurovision song. I might change my opinion when I see the staging. I just don't like the 70s vibe that they have in their clothes and so on. And there needs to be, it cannot be just a girl band. There needs to bring something more.
Yeah, it's yeah, I get what you mean with that. And for me, I don't know. It's not a song that I've listened to a lot, but I mean, I just have one word to say when it comes to Denmark, and that's Leonora. You know, for me, Leonora qualified kind of against all odds. It was a huge surprise for me, and potentially Denmark could do it again this year. It stands out for different reasons. Borderline for me.
I do like the song. I know it. I've learned it, but I still don't think it's for everyone. Like people are going to say, "Oh, cool, a girl band," and just go next. But Leonora, for example, she had this charm that I don't think RID has. But they will be performing in London, so maybe that, and in the next pre-party, so that might change my mind.
Yeah, and another one of Jess's favourites this year. I'm sure it's in her top. Sorry, Jess, if I'm publicly revealing your top 10, and you're not here to tell us yourself, but I do know that you love this song. You love this performance. So I'm going to go back to some of the guys. Sorry, so many of you commenting. We love it. I'm trying to pick out some of the comments. Joanne Johnson, you don't. Oh, hello, Joanne Johnson. Always special to have you here. You don't think Denmark will qualify? Mariano, ciao a tutti.
Ciao.
You guys, actually, Mariano, now that you're here, I'm going to ask. I would love to know who in the live chat is actually going to be in Turin. I know that tickets haven't gone on sale yet, and some of you may be waiting for tickets, but any of you in the live chat planning to be in Turin anyway? Because we would love to meet some of you there. And it would be good for us to gauge how many of you will be there. Who do we need to look out for?
Yes.
And
we would love to say hi to you in person.
Yeah, and have to ask another favor. When you come up and talk to us in person, because this has happened at events before, please tell us your username on YouTube, because then we will know who you are. You guys have the advantage of seeing our faces, but we never see yours. So when you come up and talk to us, we don't know who you are. But if you tell us your username, then we will probably know exactly who you are. And we can't wait to meet some of you. And Tom C, you're going to be there. Yes, so you're coming from.
Yay!
Robbie Keelty, are you crossing your fingers for going to Turin? Susie Sager, you're going to be in Turin from the 13th to the 16th. Euroboy 4, we would love to see you there.
Yes.
Maybe we need to organise like a little Eurovoxx hangout in Turin or something.
With aperitivo and drinks.
Would you actually turn up to hang out with us? Because we would love that. Lil Catherine, you're not going to be there, but you have to tune in to Eurovoxx because we'll be bringing you as much as we possibly can from Turin. And we want to feel like you guys are there with us. David, you're saying, what about Romania?
I love it.
Hola, mi baby. It's
catchy as hell, yeah.
It's catchy.
When I first heard it, I was like, what is, my Spanish self was like, what is this? But then I've leaned into it. I love it. I salute everyone with Hola mi bebé. My family hates me, but it's so much fun. And I am so behind this song and I just like dance it. Hola mi bebé. I love it.
I do really like the song, and I'll be cooking my dinner, and it's not actually the "Hola mi bebe" bit that goes around in my head, but it's a little instrumental bit that goes. It goes round and round and round in my head all the time. Paolo, Romania.
It's one of my biggest growers this year. I wasn't so keen on the song, truth be told, when I first heard it, but it is just so catchy. Like, it's just an earworm that I can't get out of my head. If I hear it once, it's not going to get out of my head for like the rest of the day. Hola mi bebe, hola mi bebe. Like, it's just going to be playing in my head. It's so catchy. It's one of my biggest growers of this year by far and away. For sure.
Yeah,
I'm on board. I'm on board with it now. I'm on board with it.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I said it sounds a bit dated for me. It sounds kind of 90s, like this 90s kind of dance song. But I really do enjoy. I mean, you guys know I love my old music anyway, but I really do enjoy it. But I'm not going to say it's the best song this year. But yeah, it's definitely one that I'm going to be getting down to. And if I'm getting ready to go out, I'd put on a song like that. And I have to say, I really like him as well. After seeing
he's really cute.
Yeah. Dan Castell, you're not going to be into it. Can you come for even a day, Dan Castell? Maybe we would get to meet you. Let's have a look. Today is it 50 years since ABBA?
ABBA
when they first formed?
Is it since they first got together, Vladimir? Let us know. Joanne Johnson, Romania is growing on you too. I love this. Francesca, Romania has got the trash you need. Robbie, you're saying it's definitely an earworm. Euroboy 4, you love the 90s Eurodance vibes in Romania. And Talia, you're saying that Romania will be top 5 in the televote in semi-final 2. Mark my words.
I could really see that happening.
Come back and tell us if your prediction is true. But Rye Bailey, you think it's too cheesy and dated. Okay, Robbie wants to know, is there a bad song this year? I never like to call any of the songs bad myself.
Bulgaria?
But that is a bad song. I can't call any of the songs bad because it will be someone's cup of tea. And I have seen some people that I did see someone on Facebook that has Bulgaria as their number 1, and I love that. Eurovision should be something that suits everyone's tastes. And I love the fact that there's lovers of Bulgaria.
It's well produced. Yeah. I'm gonna give them that. It's very well. The music track is very, very well produced. But yeah.
Can we talk about Portugal, please?
Yes.
Just because, oh my God. Yeah, Paolo, that's me. It's just, I've actually sent it to some people, like non-Portuguese people. So what do you think of this song? It's just stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, it took me a couple of listens, but I just adore it now. I just adore it. Like, it's just so easy on the ear, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's so easy on the ear. I'll be curious in how it does immediately after Moldova, though, because that's where it is at in the running order at the moment. It's coming right after the high fast energy of Moldova, and then
it's like honey for my ears. This
exactly.
It's beautiful. Like, it gives me, it's like chilled orgasms
Hopefully,
Yeah.
there's like a commercial break or a pause between Moldova and Portugal.
There
And
probably
then-
will be. There probably
Yeah.
will be. I would
Yeah.
So
think.
then, if that's the case, I don't see any problem with Portugal qualifying.
Yeah, and Justin, you can just leave now. Only joking. Let's have a look. Adam is saying, should Portugal change their staging?
They
No,
should try different things.
I don't. I mean, Portugal's done really well with staging of late, with the Black Mamba, with Simao in Junior Eurovision. So I just hope it stays true to her and true to the song. And what I loved about the staging in Festival da Canção is it was really true to them. You know, they were. It was about the song. It was about the voices. And I actually quite liked the setup. It kind of grabbed my attention. So I don't think they need to. I think they will change the staging, but I think Portugal's going to rely very much again on the backdrop. Yeah, and how the stage is lit and any visual graphics that they use on the backdrop. I think.
What I liked about her performance in Festival da Canção, it was like it could be any girl from the street, and any girl could feel represented. Like you don't have to be a pop star with a banging body, perfect hair, perfect makeup. You can just walk in your Vans sneakers and just start singing. I mean, if you're that talented, but of course.
It's such a chill song, and they just look like they're a group of friends that got together and just singing this beautiful song. And I think that's how it should be with this.
It's very relatable.
Like I wouldn't want to see them in matching outfits or anything like that, because it's just not her, it's not the song.
It is quite refreshing, isn't it? Just the casualness of it all, like of the setup, isn't it? It's just really
silver sparkling dresses.
Indeed.
Talia, this is why, because some countries don't have the commercial breaks. Lots of countries, lots of broadcasters that are delegations at Eurovision. Lots of them have commercial breaks, so Eurovision does cater to that. So every 4 or 5 songs, maybe you will see the presenters talking to the audience, maybe for 2-3 minutes. But in many countries, that is actually an ad break, a commercial break. So not every country will be seeing engagement with the hosts, and there typically is one between the first half and the second half as well. What's interesting about Portugal being first, probably after the commercial break, is makes you wonder what some of the other staging concepts are for the rest of that semi-final, because normally you'd put something with quite extravagant staging or a bit of a technical setup needed. They would use the commercial break. Portugal's not going to have that. I mean, we can say that now. They're not going to have they're not going to have gimmicks or anything. I would be surprised if they have more than 5 stools on the stage. And I've stupidly forgotten to plug in my laptop. Give me 1 second. So yeah, it makes you wonder how what some of the other stagings following Portugal will be like in that semi.
Yeah, I'll be curious to find out.
Well, it's Croatia, and
They said that Croatia's changing their staging from what they did before. So
they weren't something. No, they weren't allowed to revamp, were they? It was a revamp. They weren't allowed to. I'm sure that was in the rules for Dora this year.
Probably the revamp, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere they are going to change up the staging a bit. So maybe they'll have a massive prop. Who knows?
And Joao, you're saying Maro has said that she's changing this. Okay. So we are going to get some different staging. Laran, I'm so sorry. I'm going to butcher your first name. I'm going to say Laranka. Laran, I can't do it. Laranja. You're saying it's a timeless song, exactly, and that's one of the things that Portugal is so good at is timeless songs. Sarah, I love this question. Who are we obsessed with this year? Sorry, I don't know why my tongue came out just then either. Sorry.
For me, the one song that I just always have on loop is Sweden. I've just been obsessed with Cornelia ever since I saw that first performance. Just obsessed. I just love it. Love it so much. I hope it does really well. I know it's going to do really well. Yeah. If there's an obsession, that one would be it.
I would say Norway and Latvia for me.
And I'm going to say Akile Lauro. I'm a little bit obsessed with him. It's not my number one of my favourites, but I'm obsessed with him. I absolutely love him. And I think if I say any more that I'm obsessed with Mahmoud, I think maybe I won't be allowed to enter Italy. There'll be some restraining order. But yeah, I love Akile Lauro. I'm so sad that we didn't get to see him in Barcelona and that he's not going to be in London or Amsterdam because he has COVID. So I was so excited about seeing him on stage. But yeah, guys, we've been an hour.
Talking about Eurovision always goes by so fast.
Yeah, when you're having fun. I've just seen a few people ask about Euro Club. Some people saying, "Is there going to be Euro Club?" I don't believe there is going to be a Euro Club this year in Torino. I've not heard that there is, but maybe I've missed something. I would be surprised if there is a Euro Club because I think Italy is just easing restrictions as well, and have had some of the tightest restrictions at the moment. And someone else asked if we were going to cover Euro Club. To be completely honest with you, Euro Club is normally kind of our little rest. I say rest, but it's our chill out period when we've been in the press centre all day. So normally we don't want to work in Euro Club, and really it's just a club.
Yeah,
so there's not a lot. And we would possibly be really, really drunk, and no one wants to see that.
No one.
Yeah, I don't believe there will be a Euro Club. But guys, we want one more Hola mi bebe before we go, please.
Okay, press record. Hola mi bebe. Hola mi bebe. Llámame. And that's all. And I am also obsessed with that song. Okay, I'm going to tie that back to the question of which songs you're obsessed with. I'm obsessed with that one.
Well, there we go. But anyway, guys, in the live, thank you so much. It's been so much fun talking about the Eurovision semi-finals with you, Clara, Paolo, as always. Mwah, mwah. And guys, if you are new and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, we can't wait to see you in the next live. And if you haven't subscribed, you won't know when it is. So do it now.
Adios, mi bebe. Adios, mi bebe.
See you later.